Hello and welcome to the Writer's Cabin. Now, tonight's topic is how to write a novel in your shed. For example, I have a shed in my backyard and I've written several novels in it. So I thought I'd talk about how to do that. Now I could have written them right here in the cabin, but I've got all my books handy. Got all my resources handy. My laptop is here. It's convenient to just do it right here. But so why would I write a novel in my shed? Well, I'll tell you what. There's good reason to write a novel in your shed, and you might want to consider doing that. And I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you how. The reason why I think it's worthwhile to write a novel in your shed is, like in the summertime in particular, why not get outside? When I wrote it, I'd write with the shed. But I'd have the shed door open when I wrote it, so I'd have all that fresh air coming in, and I'm looking out at some beautiful trees and nature in the backyard. So that was a very pleasant place to read. Plus, as great as it is here in the library to have all my resources, my books handy, and everything at arm's length, it's also like sometimes I need a change of scenery. I just need to get out of change the pattern, and so I'll head out to the shed and get busy out there. So there's the fresh air. It's just somewhere new, which can create, when I go out to the shed, another benefit of going out there is there's no distractions. I don't have internet out there, or if I do, I don't know it and I don't use it. I don't have other distractions, and so I just go out there and I focus. So there's a couple of reasons why to do it out there. Another reason, what if you have, depending on, some people may have distractions in the home, like little kids, for example. Maybe it's hard to get away for 20 minutes to go write something, or an hour. So to have a quiet place, if you need a quiet place, go out and write in the shed. Why not? So there's different reasons why someone might want to do that. Now, but the question is, how is it really practical to write in a shed? For example, I'll just tell you how I approach it. First of all, I work from an outline. Some writers don't do that. They like to pants it, as they say, and they just wing it as they go along. And if that works, that should work great in the shed. Just go out there, turn on your laptop, and start writing. And don't stop until your time is up. And that'll work quite simply. Now, myself, I tend to do a lot of research while I'm I work. I plan a lot. I research, and so that's a little more like, how do you do that in the shed? I have literally hundreds of books at my fingertip, or at least within reach, and thousands if I'm willing to move around a little more here in the library. So I don't have any of that out in the shed. So, but what I do have is an outline. I create an outline, and then I'll go out to the shed, and I'll just fast write. I'll just literally, I go, okay, there's point one on the, okay, and then it'll be just a bullet point. That's my prompt, and then I'll write for 7 minutes, nonstop, as fast as possible. That's what I say I'm going to do. In reality, what happens is typically I'll even set the alarm. I have a little alarm, and I'll set it for 7 minutes. But what happens is that alarm goes off, and I'm on a roll, and I'll just turn off the alarm and I'll just keep writing. So I may end up going for 20 minutes because I'm on a roll. And then I'll start the timer, and I'll move on to the next point on the next bullet point on my outline. And I'll just repeat that process over and over again as I go down my outline. And I don't have any quality. I don't strive for quality, because, for example, right now today I'm working on revising right here. I'm working on revising some chapters that I wrote a couple summers ago. I literally was so busy I don't even remember. I literally am reading this as if somebody else wrote it. I don't even remember writing this stuff. It's totally foreign to me, and I know I wrote it. I wrote it out in the shed. And it's rough. It's rough. Some of it doesn't seem connected with the series, it does, but without really transitions from scene to scene. Sometimes it's like boom, but it doesn't flow. So I have to really work on on revision on these scenes in terms of turning these scenes into coherent scenes within the bigger story, and that usually is just a matter of transitions, because when I wrote it, it was pretty clear. I just like, this is what I want, and I write it, but I didn't really connect A and B. So that's what I was doing the last couple of days, is just writing transitions for these scenes, as well as just revising them. And today, yesterday I thought, wow, this is pretty good. I was impressed with it. Today I'm overly familiar with the content, so it's not as fresh as some other stuff. But when I say familiar with that topic, not the actual chapter here, that's what I don't remember. But in any case, yeah, I go out and I fast write it. Reason I don't worry about quality is because I don't want writer's block. If I start going, oh, this has to be good, then I'm more likely to have writer's block or something. But if I just go, all right, this I don't care about, I just want to make sure I write nonstop for 7 minutes, I don't care about quality, then that's what I do. And basically, it's pretty well written. It's got holes in the story for sure, but from paragraph to paragraph, it's pretty well written. I mean, it definitely needs some heavy editing, but nevertheless, that's what it is. It's just fast writing. So that's how I do it. That's how I write. And just through that process, I've written a few novels out there in the shed, and literally put them on the shelf. And I didn't totally forget about them, but I forgot I saw them, on the pile, because I got a bunch of novels on the shelf, and it's like, I knew they're there. But I literally forgot what the heck they were about, because they've been sitting there for a couple of years, and I've had a lot in my mind, a lot of other things going on. So there you go. Writing in the shed is a great it's one more opportunity to get some writing done and get outside the house, get out in the fresh air. So there you go. There's another idea from the writer's cabin, is how to write a novel in the shed. So write on, write with passion. We'll see you next time.